ready for the one and only gentleman, live from Houston, Texas. It's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of MarriedDate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber.
Hey guys, it is your girl matchmaker Amber Neal. It is time for the effing Friday show. I brought my friends with me. I'm super excited. Y'all give it up for my co-host, DJ Houston. He's in demand, you guys. You better call him where you can reach him.
Facts. I'm saying, you know, just this morning I had somebody like, hey, are you available this Saturday? What about next Saturday? Nope. Yeah, you got to start booking me out a month in advance. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm trying to convince him to raise his prices, so y'all better get him booked while you can afford them, okay? But I'm telling you, when I say the most in demand, I'm talking the biggest names, and they pay me to say it, but he is in the biggest names out there. And to my left, my co-host, you guys, he is former NFL. He is on the NFLPA. He's on the Huddle Up Foundation. He is the best-selling author, Believe So You Can Achieve. And my effing Friday co-host, I give it for Ryan Yarborough.
Hey. Thank you.
And you guys, y'all cannot miss Stevie Ray, okay? I mean, Hall of Famer in the building.
Exactly. Hall of Famer.
Congratulations man.
Give him his flowers while he's here, guys. He is a legend.
Y'all pray for my boys.
Okay, cut his mic. The Steelers.
Pray.
We ain't gonna, okay.
Pray.
Anyway, we're gonna have some announcements next week. But Stevie Ray, welcome back to the show.
Hey, glad to be back.
We love having you on.
Thank you.
It is always so much fun, and I saved these topics just for you. Because when Stevie Ray and I met in like 2011, 12, I don't know, it's been so long ago, he said, you know, we should do a show together, and I know you're all about love, but I'm going to be your antagonist. And I was like, you know what, let's do it. And so we've been on each other's shows several times, and every time it is such a good show. So
more than one way to look at love.
Well, here we go. Okay. Guys, today's topic is, now, I came across an article, and so we're going to discuss it today, and the topic is men share 25 things that they wish women knew about them. So this is going to be super interesting. So we're going to put these out there for you guys and see. I got my guys with me. I need to know with my guy friends, is this true? Do y'all feel the same ways? All right, so let's jump into it because we got a lot to cover. Number one, just because, these are men saying this, okay? Just because I'm not talking doesn't mean I'm not enjoying my time with you.
Fact.
Facts?
That's a fact.
Okay.
Understatement.
That's
Good
a
word.
fact. That's a fact. Personally, me, I just like to sit back and collect my thoughts and think. I can hear everything you're saying, everything everybody else is saying, but I'm just being within.
Right.
Put it that way.
You're absorbing it.
Yes.
What'd you say, Stevie Ray? Oh, here we go, y'all.
Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what these two people are to each other to say something like that. Is this a loving, long-lasting relationship couple living in the same home together?
Yeah, these are people that are monogamous. We'll put it like that.
That is.
And committed.
He's like, that's it. That's all you got.
So if I'm in a home that I share, am I sharing this home with someone?
Well, in this scenario, you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything.
Right. And you're just like, you know, just because I'm not talking don't mean I enjoy being, you know, because sometimes you can just sit there and just enjoy the quiet together. Sometimes, I mean, to me, a real relationship is the people that always have to be busy and always have to be doing something and showing something and going somewhere. You don't have a real foundation. A real foundation, you can sit there and fall asleep.
Well, I think it's a time to talk. And with myself, I think it's a time for me to meditate.
Right.
Sometimes I need to be within myself.
Amen.
You know, and if someone's around and she think, oh, why is she not talking to me?
Because I'm
Because right now, I don't feel like talking.
Right. And it's so funny you say that because it was like, me being a Virgo, I saw a Virgo meme and it was like, yes, oh my gosh, I want a relationship, but the thought of actually having to come home and talk to somebody every day, because I like to be in my solitude. I need that solitude to balance out everything else I do. So I think it's really about having confidence and understanding in the beginning of a relationship. This is how I communicate. Sometimes I need my me time, and God did not glue us together for a reason.
What if it's on Sundays?
Well, then they need to shut the hell up.
What if it's on
Especially if the
Sundays
Texans
during
are on.
football
Go
season?
Texans! Woo!
And the Steelers are playing. What about that?
Cut his mic.
Then yes, I need solitude because I'm about to be in it right now.
That's the worst thing you can do, guys, is talk to a man for the first 30 minutes he's in the door and interrupt his sports games. I'm telling you, like, you got to give guys some space, okay?
You know something? Let me say something to that. My ex, we had some of our best times on Sundays watching football together.
See? Exactly. That's my point. Common
now, a lot of
interests are
women
really
are not
important.
into sports.
She may not have been
But
either.
No, she was. She was into whatever I was into.
That's my point. And what I just say, she may have been into you. But see, that kind of relationship is why she's your ex. If you do things that are not really what you really want to do, but you're just trying to be the supportive wife or girlfriend, the common interest will eventually tear you apart. Because what she's going to say, oh, can't we do something other than watch sports on Sunday?
Never said that. You know why?
Because she's
because
your ex.
whatever she was into, I was into.
But see, you're Stevie Ray. You're going to give her the experience. You're going to be fair. That's you, though. You're going to be fair.
Right.
But I'm just saying, a lot of times, like my ex-husband loved, let me not clown him too hard. He loved to play softball. That was his fantasy world of pretending he was a pro athlete. And so I would go out there 5 days a week and support that. And eventually it was like, I hate this. And he's like, you knew that about me. And I'm like, you're right. So I'm talking about myself. I went through the same thing. But that's how I learned common interests are so important.
Yep.
And if you're just trying to be the good girlfriend, the good boyfriend in the beginning, and you're not really into it, eventually you're going to get frustrated.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't know what you're into until you experience it.
Especially when you're young.
Ooh, that part, right?
Especially when you're young. That's
both
why a lot of people
both
get
y'all
divorced.
right, for sure. Because
Yes.
I know, when you're young, you ain't really experienced something yet. And as I always say, you can't knock it till you try it. Because you have no idea if you like it or not until you try it. So those are two very valid points right there.
I agree. Okay, what's the next one?
Let's see. So we are talking about 25 things men wish women knew about them.
They're sharing what...
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, we share that these are 25 things. So our next one is we actually really want to be complimented too. We want to be told we're good looking. We want to be told that the outfit we chose today was very nice. We just want to have that same nice relationship compliment that we do, that women expect from men. You know what I'm saying?
So you agree with it?
I agree with it, absolutely.
What do you guys think?
I agree as well, because once again, we're all human, okay? And the guys have to put on the facade as being tough and all that, like, hey, we don't need no love, we don't need compliments, we don't need to be recognized. And we do sometimes. Not all the time.
Not when he wants to be quiet.
Just sometimes. Just sometimes. Just sometimes.
I think a lot of times men come up in environments where they're not complimented.
That's right.
So they don't expect it.
Right. You don't know what you're doing.
I myself came up similar to that. But when you get to a certain age, you start to realize certain things. So when your significant other says, hey baby, you look good in that suit. That's nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Whereas women get complimented from little girls all the way to grown women. So a lot of times women go out of their way to neglect us on that level. What about that?
Okay, and the show begins now.
So once again, it's on.
No, I agree. The other day I told another CEO, a friend of mine, I said, I just want to say I'm proud of you, that you're doing amazing. I know that you're the boss in your life, and you're the boss in your company, and you're the boss everywhere with your kids. You're the boss everywhere. I said, I just want to recognize you and just say, good job. You're doing amazing. I'm really proud of you, because it's the same way when I think whether it's a female leader or a male leader, I think sometimes people are so used to being, as Lil Wayne says, I am my own consultant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That I think we get to that point where we are so used to being our own consultant and having to be so self-motivated to be an entrepreneur. We don't really have somebody giving us our flowers while they're here and telling us what a great job we're doing. So I agree with all you guys. I think no matter male or female, I think we all want to be appreciated. And I think a lot of it goes back to your love language. What's your love language, and how do you give and receive love? Sometimes people can say something to you and you don't give a damn about it. They just want you to buy them a new car. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick.
You know?
Yeah.
Do we need to take a break?
Not yet.
Okay. The next one is these are 25 things that men have shared anonymously that they wish women knew about them. The third one is, what is it, Ryan?
It's hard to get over breakup because we don't normally have the same emotional support system as women.
Ooh.
And a lot of men have small social circles. So losing someone means a lot to them. That's a long outdrawn
It's kind of interesting.
statement. Yeah. But
Kind of ties to what you just said.
yeah. Now, as far as that goes, we have to break it down piece by piece. Okay. It's hard to get over breakup because we don't normally have the same emotional support system as women. I disagree with that part as far as getting over breakups. Okay. I agree with, we don't have the same emotional support system as women because, once again, the pride kicks in. You don't want to talk about this. You don't want to talk about that, okay? And a lot of men have small social circles. That's just more so from the part of, I don't talk to a lot of people.
Men that you can actually confide
That I can,
in, that you would trust being vulnerable to show the emotional side.
Right.
Because most guys would be like, oh, toughen up, man, you know?
Right. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. So, we definitely don't have the same emotional support system, and we definitely do have smaller social circles that we confide to, more so than anything else.
Okay. What you guys say?
I kind of, so on the first part, when I kind of agree with Ryan when he's talking about, the breakups, it's harder for us to get over. I kind of disagree with that just a little bit because, honestly, I mean, men are dogs for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We usually, as soon as we get out of a relationship, we're already calling it.
That's not true.
In my experience, we're calling our next hookup. You know what I'm saying? Generally speaking.
Well, Stevie, then do you think it has to do with the age?
No, I think Ryan is right on point.
Okay.
Because you got to realize something. When you don't come up around certain things, as it pertains to your fellow man's emotions, and you haven't been taught in those situations how to comfort your fellow man.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't ask him to go out and be something that he's not. A therapist, if you will.
Yeah.
You can't ask somebody to do that
Yeah.
because I don't have any knowledge on that. I have knowledge on what DJ was talking about. Hey man, toughen up or round star, blah blah blah. Whereas with maturity, you learn.
I think it is.
And if your boy comes to you, he ain't got to come to you. You already know.
You know what's up. You know.
You already know. So I think it's a double-edged sword when we go through those kind of situations as men.
Yes.
But
I agree.
I disagree with DJ 110%.
On the dog side,
They
right?
got to get to the ring.
Right in my face and calls me a canine. Right in my face.
I mean, okay, I'm just speaking
We just
more.
gonna go do this.
I'm just gonna say,
we just gonna
speaking
say
more-
forget her and go do this.
Generally speaking, though, guys are so much easier when it comes to getting over a breakup. Generally speaking, we generally already have something else that we can move on to.
You already been doing covert work.
But does that
What about
heal
that?
you?
You've already
I'm not saying that
anticipated
heals
this.
you.
So you already ready. So when it go down, you already crossed town.
But you know what? I saw a study that said 85% of women surveyed admitted they have a Plan B guy.
What's that?
Women
I mean,
are
women-
just as big
yes.
as dogs now as men.
I mean, I do feel it, but
85% of women.
What's female dog name?
I also feel like
you can't talk like that
Yes.
anymore.
fine. I'll change the fact that I said dog. Okay, but point being,
85%.
85% of women surveyed in this one study admitted they have a Plan B guy.
See?
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
But it goes
He's
back
saying the
to-
same thing.
I mean,
But he talking about.
I'm just saying, on a men's, on the men's side, you know what I'm
But
saying?
this
But
goes
it's
back to
basically
what
the
you
same
and I
thing.
talk about during the week. Effing somebody else ain't gonna get you over somebody
Right,
else. You know
but-
what I'm saying?
so I
You're
feel
not
like-
really healing. You're
Really
still
helps.
just mad.
I feel like with men though, exactly though, it helps. So I feel like it's easier because we don't.
True that.
We're not. Unlike women who every time they have sex with somebody, they have more of an emotional
something.
connection with that person.
Used to be
You know,
that way.
I mean, but
True.
you've said millions of times about you are biologically.
You chemically release
exactly.
a chemical to attach to a man.
So, and I feel like with men, we don't have so
Yes.
much connection like that.
Right,
It's
right.
easier for us to just, but it's in nature. I mean,
It
think
is
about
nature.
across the
Yes.
animal kingdom.
Yeah.
The males are not meant to be stuck with one female generally. They're there to repopulate. You know what I'm saying?
That's your show.
Which your keyword is stuck.
That's the show you should
key.
be
The
having.
keyword is stuck.
Well,
Because, I had a very interesting conversation with a man the other day, and he told me that he was married 3 times and that he was never in love with any of them. And I was like, how in the world does that even happen? How do you get married 3 times and you didn't love any of them? He's like, and then after talking to him more, I realized his attachment style is avoidant. So he couldn't attach to his mom, to his dad. He didn't know his dad. So all those formative years when you learn to attach or you're supposed to attach, he never got that thing, the attachment. So he avoids attachment. And even though he longs for love, he just never really let himself fully open because he didn't know how. Back to what you said. I don't know how. I didn't have a man around to
But-
teach me it's okay.
I was having a conversation with a female friend of mine who's a school teacher by trade. And she's been married a couple of times. And listening to these marriages, I think what you just said about that guy kind of applies to her.
Right.
You've been taught and educated on being married. But I don't know if she's ever taught and educated on being in love.
Ooh, guys.
Well, you know
that should be
what?
talked about.
Yeah. And I was like, I feel like that's a serious note
That's a
to take a
great-
little break
take a
on
break.
real quick so y'all can think about that.
Think about it as kids. We're bombarded with so much stuff as we grow up.
Yeah, we got Disney telling us a prince is going to come rescue
Right.
us on a damn white horse, and he comes in on
if
a
you're
donkey he
around-
borrowed.
If you were around, she was telling me her father wasn't around. So she was around her aunts, mother, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's all a woman-dominated thing.
Right.
So if you're being bombarded, even if you are educated,
Right.
which you have to be a teacher,
Right.
Right.
a degree, but you've never been educated on the basics of what a real relationship is.
That part.
And I was telling her this. Now, what do I know, right?
Yeah.
Even though I do call myself the love doctor on my show,
Yeah.
I'm not educated like Amber, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going from things out of experience.
Yes.
But she was like, I never thought about it like that. And I tell you, a lot of things that dwell within us, we don't know it's there.
But, we're going to take a break, but it did lead me to that conclusion of making me kind of look back and go, wow, it kind of gave me that epiphany of like, we just got to really take our time when we're trying to date people and get to know them. We got to really dig deep into their attachment style, their love language. It's deeper and it's patient, but the key to relationships, I'm really learning as I get older, truly is forgiveness. So we're going to leave you on that note. When we come back, we're going to keep talking to Stevie Ray in the building. Y'all stay tuned.
Whoop whoop. Y'all stay tuned for Effin' Friday.
Married is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach. We release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, you know, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today. Hey guys, welcome back into FM Fridays. It is your girl matchmaker Amber Neal, and I'm just giving the password. It is Amber Neal with my co-host Ryan and DJ Houston.
What's up? Hey,
Hey,
it's Friday. Yeah. Y'all know how we do. Yeah. Hey, I'm like, I ain't no rapper, so I ain't even trying, but I just felt like, you know, I could throw a word or two. And of course, y'all know we got Hall of Famer, pro wrestler Stevie Ray.
Stevie
What up,
Ray?
Stevie Ray? What's going down?
Stevie Rizzle, my nizzle.
Stevie's been doing what he does the best. He is being the dang antagonist on the show today. But that's okay.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I don't think you should. I don't think you should tell your fans things about me. That's not true.
Right.
They might start believing it.
I know. We're just playing. It's all in love, guys. You know, Stevie, the thing I love about Stevie is he gives us a different perspective, and we're all too scared to argue with them. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. We're at number 4, guys.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about 25 things that men have shared anonymously in this article I read. I want to share with you guys and see, do you agree? Call into the hotline. The phones are open, 866-479-8752. They're open 24 hours a day, so even if you want to contact us after the show, or you want to be on the show, you want to be a friend of the show, whatever, just go to matchmakerhotline.com to book us for appearances as well, and amberneal.com to get tickets to my new comedy night at the Comedy Lounge and the Crush Comedy Lounge coming up, guys, starting a week from this Wednesday. So y'all go to amberneal.com for more information about that. But let's jump back into our topic right now. Number 4 thing that men wish that women knew is that we are not great with hints, that communication is king. What do you guys say?
100%.
Yeah.
Concur.
No crystal balls, huh?
I agree.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a psychic. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't tell me what the problem is, I can't fix
That's
the
true.
problem.
And I'm not trying to.
Right.
Right,
I'm not
exactly.
trying
That part.
Because now you might be trying to fix something that you didn't know you was fixing.
Right.
Huh.
On
As
top
they-
of what the hint was.
Yeah.
As they say.
And what's that old phrase?
You might be interrupting their karma.
You should have known.
Yeah.
You should have known. Oh, okay.
If
don't
men
watch
only
soap
had
operas.
$1 for every time a woman told, well, you should have known.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the next one, DJ?
So the next one, we are talking about 25 things men have shared, saying that we wish women would have known. And the last one, we weren't great with hints. Now we're talking about when women are telling, when we are telling women that we don't know how to feel about something, it's usually true. And we genuinely don't understand how we're supposed to feel. It goes back to, us saying about how men just really don't deal with feelings or emotions. We were, especially the older generations, we were taught not to have them. If you had them, you were probably going to get beat up for having them. You weren't allowed to have emotions. So now that people are starting to become more familiar with emotions and acknowledge the fact that we have them, we really don't know how to engage with them. We know that they're there, we just don't know how to talk about it. We don't know how to engage with it because it's not our normal. So when we literally say, we don't know, I don't know how to feel about that, it's because we really don't know. Again, we're not therapists. We weren't trained to be in touch with our feelings. Like girls from the day that they're born, they're taught to be in touch with their feelings. It's all about your feelings and your emotions. Men don't have that same. We didn't have that same luxury. Nowadays, I will say it's changed. The kids nowadays are having more. They're more intact with their feelings than we were. So I kind of slightly agree with that. That we really don't know.
What do you guys say?
I agree, 100%.
I agree as well. But on top of that is our feelings are our feelings. AREOUR feelings are our feelings. Say that 10 times real fast. But we feel how we're supposed to feel. And that's what it comes down to. It's like we were talking about a little earlier previously. We cannot necessarily just adjust our feelings just because that's how they're supposed to be. Then we're conforming to someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Then down the line, it's gonna be a problem.
I agree 100%. And like I said, a lot of things, to me, so much of what we're talking about today, so much of what a relationship experts deal with on a daily basis, is so much of it is how you come up.
100%, I think.
And the parenting that you went to, and not some, some people parent hard.
Right.
Some people parent hard, and some people got what we call in the wrestling business, they're stiff. So if you come up around stiff love, that's all you know is stiff love.
That's right.
Stiff is this, but see, you'd rather be this.
Right.
And then those are terms we use in the wrestling business, stiff. So if I come up around stiff, a lot of times you don't see your mother and your father have that engaging type relationship. And it's passed down to the kids.
Is.
And
so it don't mean you're a bad person or insensitive person. It just means, man, I gotta learn this.
Right.
That's right.
What kind of cheap?
Yeah.
I heard that. What I'm gonna say.
It has a muscle limit.
What kind of
We're trying to take out Stevie Ray.
You only have a few muscles to sit on chairs, Stevie.
But I think that's what a lot of us, and the reason I'm saying it from experience, because once, as a young man, and I can think back to those days, the things I know now as opposed to what I knew then, light years.
Amen. Oof,
light years.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom.
Things that I look back on some of the things I've said to women, some of the way I treated women. And it wasn't that I was just a bad guy. I just didn't know.
Right.
Yes, I agree.
Right. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just this morning I was reading the study about, because you're saying, the way you were loved depends on how you were brought up. And what I actually was reading the study saying about how parents who are over loving and too in your face, they're like, they got to know everything about you, basically a helicopter. So the psychology behind it is like the kids that grew up with that have such a hard time depending on themselves. They can't even make their own decisions without having to second guess themselves.
That's right.
So it's all about having to, once you learn that you were brought up not necessarily bad, but not the correct way. Because again, everybody
healthy.
Exactly the healthy way.
Yeah.
You have to retrain yourself. You have to reparent yourself and to learn that these aren't healthy habits. I have to break these habits. You
have to, especially when you have kids.
No doubt.
And the way I nurtured my daughter when she's coming is totally different.
And how you?
Yes.
It's because you
Totally.
gave her what you wanted.
Huh?
You gave her what you wanted.
I gave her
Like,
what I never. Yeah.
Right.
I guess you.
like,
Yeah.
or wish you would have. Like that's how it was
Right.
with my parents.
I wish it would have been like
my
that with
parents
me
would
as
have
a
been
kid,
like
yeah.
me as a parent. Yeah, I totally get it. Ryan, what's the next one?
Yeah, so the next one is in the topic of men sharing 25 things that they wish women knew about them. Okay, I really like to hang out with my friends because I love them, not because I don't want to spend time with you. I totally agree with that because now that comes into the account of watching the games, okay, or some guys still play video games, you know.
Oh, man.
But I'm gonna use that as an example. Watching the game, hanging out. I just want to hang out,
Right.
shoot the stuff, you know, talk a little bit, clown around. We know each other's language when it comes to clowning around, you know,
Right.
and therefore, I agree with that 100%.
I agree with that too. I think I always joke around and say men hang out with men because they like them. Get your husband to like you a little more, and he'll probably want to hang out with you a little more too. But if you're always combative and you're always every time he comes home, there's no peace. It's always nagging or a fight or a battle. You got to be a man's peace. You know what I'm saying? He does too. But you can't sit there and expect him to come home to that and not want to go around where he's cool, accepted, and don't have to deal with this.
Absolutely.
What y'all say?
I mean, I completely agree. You know, there's just times where sometimes I feel like, you know, there's things that I can do around my friends that I can't do around my spouse. You know what I mean? Guy things. You know what I'm saying? Like we like to play in the mud and get dirty. You girls are not down for. Well, most of you girls are
I
down
am.
for that. Okay, that's why I said most. Most of you girls are down for that.
Yes.
So, you know, sometimes being around the guys, we get to do guy things, you know, shooting guns, go mudding, you know, get dirty, play rough sport, play rough. You know what I'm saying? We can't be rough around women. We can't, you know, like y'all, women are so tiny compared to us and fragile. You know what I'm saying? We might break you. So it's fun to be able to horse around with our guys. She's like, ooh, telling me about a good time right here.
That sounds like a great time. Break me, daddy. Hey, I'll heal. I have insurance. Well, I used to have insurance.
So to answer your question, I completely agree with this statement right there.
What do you
Oh,
I'm going right past Amber right now. Like I ain't gonna feed into that.
like I think you kind of touched on it earlier when Ryan brought up the football thing. And like I said, the football thing with my ex, we had a good time there because she learned sports from me and all the sports that I was into. And she supported me on them. Now, she was more into fashion, you know what I'm saying, girly girl things, this, that, and the other. I didn't know very much about that, never cared about it. But I got to learn about it.
Yeah.
Because I had an open mind, because I realized this is what she likes. Now, if we're watching the football game, now me, I either don't need nobody in the house.
Look at his face.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
He's like, that's you better not.
you leave on your, you be the need to leave right now.
It's a credit card. Go away.
Because I go off. I go off, okay?
Steelers, baby.
Yeah. So she was into it too, and she get into it, you know, and we like, you know, we need to converse with each other, like cheating on my boys, and she like, oh, this shit. So we had that togetherness after that, and after the game, we go out to eat stuff
What
and
did you
have
do
a
for your
good time.
relationship? That was what
It
I'm
was
saying.
good for our
And I was gonna say,
relationship.
that was probably great,
Yeah.
best sex ever, huh?
Right.
Right?
I don't remember.
I'm just.
I'm gonna be honest
Said
with you.
nice, said tried,
No,
you tried, you tried,
I'm gonna be
you
honest
tried.
with you. If it was, I'd tell her. But I can't remember.
I'll do that.
I was like, did you seriously
I
put
wasn't
that
gonna-
in here?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna
Who's-
speak.
who has
yeah,
to say that
Yeah,
one?
who put that? Yeah, who put that? Who put
that
that?
Actually, that wasn't
Ryan.
you. I was like, no, that's actually you.
I think it's Ryan's turn.
No, I just
Oh, I
said.
did?
I was like,
You said
just-
that.
yeah, I was like,
we
it's-
can skip
Okay,
it too now.
so this is not anything these guys said, okay? But
This is all her. This is all her.
men share 25 things they wish women knew about them. The next one is sometimes men just don't get hard. It is not you. It is many things from lifestyle, diet, stress, anxiety. But please take it as a. But please try not to take it as a sign of lack of attraction or affection. Sometimes men just can't get it up.
That's true.
That's real. I mean, it's normal. I mean, it's just or what do you call it? It's just your normal body response. Sometimes you can't get it up.
Well, back in my day, well, this wasn't in the. I don't know. This may have been in the African American community. I can't remember. The term was getting turned on.
Turned on.
Getting turned on. You know what I'm saying? Which means you're not turned on all the time. If someone has to stimulate and turn you on.
Yes, and if men would learn that about women, men just think we're just supposed to be like ready to go. Y'all got to do something.
Women feel the same way too, though. They expect it to just be hard and jump on it and ready to go. Like it doesn't work like that. Sometimes you gotta have that nice little floor
Yeah,
play.
you gotta drink alcohol.
Yeah,
What about
I
that?
got some liquid. I got some liquid for all that.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about nothing blue or nothing yellow. I got some liquid.
Well, tell us what it is, because they apparently need to know.
Well,
I'm sure
all
they will.
all they gotta do is get at me. Project 100. If you follow me, you know what it's about. You gotta get your vitamins and your minerals, your liquid vitamins and minerals into you. Then you don't have to worry about all that stuff. I'm just saying.
Then a lot of times it boils down to stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things that's on your
No
mind.
doubt.
Things
No
of that
doubt.
nature. And sometimes when you're in a zone over here, it's hard to get in, the romantic
Yeah.
zone over here.
If you're stressed.
And
yes.
and I'm speaking from experience. I'm just
True.
And then if it's forced upon you, it's really gonna be a problem.
right,
And like you said, just like with the woman.
right.
So I mean, we can be, even though it's about the men
It
today,
is about the men.
we can talk about the women, but being an understanding man and knowing
Yeah.
that as well, it goes both ways.
Not
you
taking
know?
it personal, like
Right.
it's you. It just sometimes a
Right.
man, I have a lot of respect for men now that I've, tried to work in a man's world. It's like, wow, this is really hard for you guys. Like, it is really hard out here to make it as a man in the world. And so I get that carrying stress. I mean, just like women, we're not always in the mood either. So it's not personal, it's you, but it can be you.
Yes.
Your mouth can get you, I'm trying to think of a clean way to say it. Your mouth can get you cock blocked really quickly. I'm telling you, a man, you cannot sit here and berate a man one side down the other, tell him he's everything but a son of God, a child of God, and then act like he wants to give you some. You can't be bipolar and then act like it's going to work out. Go get your medicine, get it worked out to where you can control your mouth. Go talk to somebody. I'm telling you, that is the biggest thing that will cause a man to not get it up is a woman's mouth. I think that is like one of the biggest turnoffs. You can't tear a man down and not treat him like the king he is and think he just, now I want to do you. No, I'm not, what's
Now
the
this
name?
one was me. This one was
Okay.
me.
Oh,
Not
was
that
it?
last one.
Okay.
This one.
Okay. Go
This
ahead.
one was me. Okay. Back on the 25 things that men wish that women knew about them. Okay. Men have emotions, and there are points where we need to cry. True. Okay. Tears happen not just from pain, but also from joy.
Wow.
And speaking on that, over the years that I have cried, it has been from joy, not the opposite way, because I'm not trying to incriminate myself. But when I'm upset, I don't cry. I'm more so act. Okay, put it that way. But when tears come out, it's from happiness for others, or just happiness, period. Okay, cleansing myself from the happy side, not the anger side. Put it that way.
Because you're such a peaceful person, but I can understand where you're coming from. You've truly, just like your book, Believe So You Can Achieve, you've mastered getting yourself to a constant level.
Exactly.
To where no matter what happens in your life, you don't let it steal your joy.
Exactly.
And that's why you're able to realize that this too shall pass. And sometimes I've learned, as getting older, I've learned to just trust God's delays and no's. And intervention, because sometimes we want what we want and that ain't right for us, and then God's got to let people hurt us so that we can move around. And then when you get thinking about it, you're like, you know what, I probably would have kept that person longer. I did keep them longer than I should have, but now they're out of my life. What do you think, Stevie? Tears of joy, tears of pain.
You know what? I'm one of those people that's kind of weird to showing that kind of emotion, whereas I'm shedding tears.
Yeah.
like Ryan was saying, it has to be something that's very, very sentimental
Right.
to me. Because I can be at one of my loved ones' funeral. I'm sad, but I'm not really crying.
Yeah.
Right.
Depending on how close of a loved one it was. But I can, like, my favorite, I'm a big auto sports fan. My favorite race driver used to be Al Unser Jr. He just put a book out this week, maybe last week, that I got to buy. And I seen him when he first started, 1983. Trying to win the Indy 500, and I really followed him close. And finally, in 1992, he won the Indy 500. And I didn't shed tears, but I was holding back tears because I was that happy for him.
Yeah.
Because I know, being in the business I've been in, I know what hard work and trying to get to that next level takes. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of could relate on a crazy basis.
No, I feel you on that though.
And I'm like, 1989, he came this close. On the last lap, him and another guy wheels touched, and he hit the wall. He hit the wall. So it was almost like it's fun. So things like that get me sentimental. If that's crazy, well, I want to cry. Things like things I should be crying on is like,
Right.
whatever.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm kind of like that
I'm
too.
kind of crazy like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show it in public. I cry to myself. I'll cry in my car.
I guess
I'll
you're
cry
right.
at home. I'll cry in my
Right.
bathtub. But I ain't crying in front of you.
Right.
So think about your tears when you display them, how you display them, and let them know what we're about to do.
All right, guys. So do we have to take a break? Okay, we got to take another break. When we come back, guys, we're going to finish talking as many as we can get to. We may not be able to get to everything, but if we don't get to finish talking about all these, I'll put them, part two. We'll just save it for our part two. We can wrap it up next weekend. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish talking to my co-host and Stevie Ray. Y'all stay tuned.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Married is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Hey guys, it's your girl matchmaker, comedian Amber Neal, and today I am bringing you my brand new book, hot off the press, guys. I have so many copies of these. Please get one, okay? It is called How My Kitty Betrayed Me, and it's about the women's lib movement and how one thing they don't tell you is, yes, we want money, education, and rights like men, but one thing that the women's rights movement doesn't explain to you is how we're still women. We still attach. We release a chemical in our brain that attaches us to every single person we have sex with. It's called soul ties. And one thing I can tell you that will keep you from your God-given purpose, let your kitty betray you when you get distracted, okay? All I'm trying to say is, we want all the same rights as men, but at the end of the day, picking your partner is the most important decision you'll ever make. And so I challenge you to get a copy of my book today so that you can learn from my mistakes that I made, thinking that, hey, if men can do it, so can we. But trust and believe, after being a single parent for 25 years, your kitty betrayed you, okay? Get your copy today, amberneal.com. Or more information, go to Amber Neal Show on Facebook. Get your copy. I'll be glad to autograph it and send it out to you today. Hey, guys.
What's going on, guys? I'm your boy DJ Houston, and it is FM Friday.
Yay.
And of course, I am joined in studio with the host, Amber Neal, and our Friday co-host, Ryan Yarrow. What?
Yeah.
And of course, we got very special Hall of Famer, pro wrestler Stevie Ray in the building, a.k.a. the Love Doctor.
Love Doctor.
I don't know about all that.
Amber disagrees, but
I got a degree in everything.
And today, guys, we are talking about 25 things men wish women knew about us.
True story.
We are going to go ahead and continue moving on. So it is okay to make the first move. Guys can be shy too. So instead of just staring at me, come talk to me. Come say hi. Say what's up.
That's how I met my ex-husband.
Because you were just staring at him?
I was staring at him, and his friend saw me staring at him, and he walked over to me, and he said, I dare you to go put your number in his back pocket. I'm like, what the... walked it, and now we have a son. So thanks to your mama being brave, boy, that's how you were born, okay? Because that is true. What do y'all think? Because
absolute fact.
I agree, but it's to a point. I think the initial approach is one thing, but then chasing a man past that, I think you're going to lose.
Oh, I mean, you shouldn't chase a man.
Yeah.
Men like to chase.
Men are the hunters.
Exactly.
I've never liked a woman approaching me.
Yeah. I can see
No?
that.
That means
No,
something's up.
Yeah. I love Stevie's face. He's
Right.
making the funniest
Thumbs up.
faces. He's like,
Yeah. Once again.
what you think? So what you think?
Thumbs up with her.
What? Like what? Like what you think is going?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Oh, you think it's a
can't-
prostitute.
You can't get a man or something like that. Why you trying to push up on old Ray Dog?
Yeah, because getting laid is the easiest thing a woman can do, no matter how you look, right? So if you're approaching,
I'm gonna be
what's
honest.
going on?
I'm gonna be straight up and honest. I'm just joking right now, but I mean, I've had it both ways. I really like the pursuit of a woman, but some of the best relationships I've had, and some of the best friends I've had in my life was someone approaching me.
Wow. How did they approach you, Stevie? Like, what's their pickup line?
Well,
Like-
my ex-fiance actually, she approached me in MGM Grand in Vegas as I'm walking through the MGM with a couple of my buddies.
Mm-hmm. What was her pickup line? How'd she get you?
No, she walked up and she was like, "Oh, you." I tell you, we were in town performing. The Mr. Olympia was in town, and Mike Tyson fight was all going on in the same weekend, and I guess she couldn't control herself. With all this animal magnetism walking around the hotel.
Tell him.
She couldn't help it.
Strong
So
fella.
she walked up between me and my boss and said, and me looking at her, I'm like, what's up? And she's like, are you one of the bodybuilders that's here in town? I go, no.
Yeah.
Oh, and we started talking, she gave me a number, and that was it. I mean, I had all kind of other things going on that weekend.
I bet
But
you
when I got
did.
back,
Babes.
Y'all see how they just
I'm
look
only
at
here
you?
for a couple of days.
Yeah, that's those parties you don't get invited to.
So when I got back home, when I got back to Houston, I called her, which was maybe a week or so later, and we started talking over the phone, and one thing led to another.
Did she have an attitude? It took you a week to call her?
No, I don't know what.
She probably
She
just
probably
happy you
doing her.
did, right?
She probably doing her thing in Vegas. I didn't even think about it. You got to realize
Yeah.
I'm a very busy person. I'm on the road a lot, so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. She probably was curious, but I never told her what I did for a living.
Oh, interesting.
I just told her I was one of the bodybuilders.
Right.
So a long time went by before she was afraid to ask me what I did for a living.
I know.
Because
Everybody's
she
afraid.
was like, you always going in and out of town. She said, ain't no telling what was on her mind. So finally I told her, no, I'm a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
She had never watched wrestling.
You know, because you guys
She never
know
watched
from being
She
in the
never watched
pros.
wrestling.
You guys know from being in the pros, that's a whole different caliber, a level of trying to make a relationship work because, you know, just the regular people in just regular life could deal with jealousy or territorial or, just insecurities in relationships. It's another whole level to try to be with, a date, and be engaged to a pro athlete or anybody, a celebrity of any kind. So she was able to navigate that with you.
Well, that's the
without a problem.
thing. If someone didn't know who I was, I wouldn't tell them.
Right. Yeah.
Because now it's like I'm just trying to feel out whether or not they're just trying to, just trying to push up on your boy because they seen him slam a
No
couple
new
of guys.
friends. is
You know
what
how
I'm
you
saying.
women are. You know how they do.
Yeah, it sounds like the Love Doctor school.
Oh, I know.
I
I never watched any football before.
First of all,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then tell you some history. Oh, I messed up. A little history just came out,
Yeah.
So it wasn't like that though. But professional wrestling is different. It's not
Yeah.
for everybody, But I finally told her what I did for a living and who I was. And well, she knew me Stevie Ray, but she didn't know wrestling. And I said, oh, it's coming at that. Tell me like what we see on TV. And I go, yeah, that's the only kind. So it just went that far. And
Wow.
never sweated, never asked me a question about it. Still regular conversation until she told her brother.
Oh, then it went down.
Then she told her brother that I talked to this wrestler named Stevie Ray, and her brother thought she was lying.
That's funny you say that. When I dated somebody, professional athlete, my daughter tried to tell her dad that that's who I was dating,
Right.
and he didn't believe her. No,
Right.
she ain't. No, she. I'm like,
Right.
why is it so hard to believe that celebrities
Because
date
people
regular
think people that live in that television are not real,
Yeah, true.
and they don't come around regular people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think for her, my
People
daughter,
see
her,
stuff, they go, that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the same
That's
guy.
it. That's him.
You know that?
It is. It's almost like it's like a as real as a cartoon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We can love a cartoon, but we don't expect to really see him.
Do you remember the wide receiver? I think he said he played in about your same era, Michael Jackson. Played with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, man. That's a touchy subject right there.
See?
and not
See, Amber?
and not because I'm just saying that because Jack just passed away recently.
Who?
Michael Jackson.
He just passed away?
So
I
we want
didn't
to
know
give
that.
our peace to him.
Oh.
Yeah. That's
I was telling
that's my
Amber
buddy.
a story about him earlier. I'll tell you about it
Yeah.
after the show. But
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know
That's
he
my
passed
buddy.
away.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
my buddy. Mhm.
Unbelievable.
Jack, it was probably earlier this year, as a matter of fact. Earlier this
Small
year. It
world.
was within the year.
Wow.
I know that for a
I
fact.
did not know that, bro.
Yeah. He was a mayor. He was a mayor down in Mississippi, where he came from. Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I know he from down that way.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about
Yeah, most
that a
definitely,
little
man.
more. But
My condolences, bro.
Yeah, all the time. But the next topic
Yeah, what's the
is
next
what's
one?
really, really on my mind right now. 'Cause
Wait.
I haven't. Hey, what time is it? I
I
haven't
know,
ate
I know.
all day.
I'm so
I've
ready.
been on
Before
food.
you say it though,
We're
before you
hungry.
say it, I
Talk
want
to
to let
it.
everybody know that the hotline is open. So if they want to call in, because they got, this is some juicy stuff right here.
Yeah.
So if y'all guys got anything to say, you want something to add, give the Matchmaker hotline a call at 866-479-8752 before Ryan jumps on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want y'all to hear this too, but y'all guys chime in, give us a
Yeah.
call, 866-479-8752.
Because going back to some of these other topics, when I'm focused on something else, I'm not hearing you. I'm not doing anything or paying attention. And this topic right here is about 25 things that women don't necessarily know about men. Is we don't know where we want to eat either.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dang.
So the more we go back and
That's
forth, back and forth, the more the tension, raises and raises and
I
raises.
like-
Because I'm
Where you wanna
hungry.
go?
Yeah, I was like, the more hungry I get, that's all I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm hungry, period. You
Now,
know?
is this? Are you going out to eat? Are you ordering something
There we go.
to eat?
There we go.
Cooking.
Are we gonna pass by
Yeah.
McDonald's? Which one?
At
we-
some
'cause we
point,
coulda
when
got
nobody
some.
can decide, we
Yeah,
stop
we
at the
coulda got
McDonald's.
some.
Because
At
I'm
all
like,
three of those
I'm the
places.
kind of person. If I'm going out to eat, I like to already let my significant other know way before we go out. If it's going to Friday night, I want to tell her on Thursday or Wednesday.
Oh, no doubt that.
Oh,
No
I
doubt
love
that.
that.
You know,
No doubt that. No doubt
Say,
that.
hey, you
Made
want
the
to
plans.
go
Oh
out
my God,
Friday
that's
night?
good.
So she'd be looking forward to it.
Okay, well, what about
Hanging with
I love
hanging
that.
with old Ray Dog. You know, hey,
Yeah, but you didn't like
we're
him
gonna
calling
go
you a
out.
dog. But you didn't like him calling you a dog. Okay, right.
No, it's not spelled
It's
the same.
different. It's, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Not
different.
spelled the same.
It means the
It's
same.
with a W. It's not-
Okay.
The context.
Is it true that men also like gifts? Random hugs, random signs of affection and love. Sometimes just a cup of coffee and your favorite mug is enough to convince you that it's going to be a good day. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like gifts. It depends on your love language, guys. 5lovelanguages.com. It also teaches you your apology language and your anger.
Now, you talking about
Yeah,
gifts? Are you talking about gifts that your significant other
Yeah.
has bought for you? It
Like-
could be strings attached to that.
Like I thought about you when I was going to the airport on the way home from a trip. You know what I'm saying? Just
And
little
then they
things.
throw it back up in your face in an argument.
Or they throw it upside
about
your
You
that?
go to the
head.
airport and you don't bring something
What
back.
about that?
Or turn
Man,
into an
that when I
airplane
brought you
cup.
that personalized mug when I went to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah, they shattered on the wall and you
Yeah.
got mad. Yes.
Why do women do
I
that?
mean-
Okay, but let me ask you guys, do y'all believe in repossessing gifts? Like, do y'all
You
think
mean
that,
regifting?
not just repossessing gifts?
Oh,
you
you
know,
taking them back
like,
and break up?
Like
The
Bravo
engagement
took
ring.
Sweetie's car and remember
car.
he
Yeah,
gave her that
yeah.
Bentley
Yeah,
and
like
he
after
took
you
it
break
back?
up, you just take
I think a ring depends on what it costs. Yeah.
Is there a threshold? And I'm just
putting-
asking for guys. Do y'all
I'm calling repossessions on it.
think, you are?
I said it depends on how much the ring costs. You
I
can
mean-
talk about it like an engagement ring.
Do you think a woman should give back her engagement
I
ring?
think she should give it back on her own accord.
Right.
Because if it's not working, then nothing should transpire between them as far as tokens are involved.
Well, in the dating industry, there's kind of a theory of
Theory?
there's rules to it. There's a theory behind like here's how it should work out. Okay,
Okay, all theories.
if you are the one at fault, like if you
Wait a
if
minute,
you-
man, just be two
it-
people that can't.
Right, that just decided
Right.
mutually that they ain't gonna be.
Yeah, I done that. That's
We're
why my
talking about the
ex-fiance.
worst case scenario, so that we can
Oh,
get to
okay.
when you give it back. Is if you hurt her through betrayal or whatever, then she should keep it. But if she is the one that did the betrayal or whatever, then she should give it back.
Okay, let me ask you something. Man to woman.
Yeah.
If a man has done something that egregious, whereas the wedding is not going to go down,
Yeah.
why would she want to keep it?
Because she can go to the pawn shop and
Right.
get her a new
That
one.
And the
I
pawn
do
shop,
that.
the pawn shop gonna rip her off and me.
Yeah.
And we
That's
both
right.
lose out.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But
But
bringing
zero-
that
but-
kind of demented, sick,
Can't hear you, Steve.
you know,
Can't
that
hear
kind
you.
of
Can't hear
demented,
you.
sick way to look at a relationship, that she's bound to fail in the next one. So get rid of everything that guy ever did for you, and she'll free herself.
She will at the pawn shop. And she'll get $300. She may not get $3,000, but she's gonna get $300, and then she can go to a spa day, and she can, you know.
Now, I don't believe what you just said is in that theory. Whoever came up
Whoever
with
was
this
wrong.
theory of
It's-
revolution, because that's
Yeah.
revolutionary.
Okay, I'll go another level with you. When Mariah Carey got engaged
Oh,
to
I
that
don't want to hear about
billionaire-
Mariah Carey.
Okay,
That
okay.
she should go jump off the boat she bought.
But she not
Trying to
only
get off on that billionaire.
She not only
Trying to get
kept
over.
the ring, she sued him for like $50 million.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother strategy.
50
Very
million.
type
You already know.
relationship.
You already
That's a
know.
whole. How many people with one person with millions, another person with billions? Actually,
You
come
already
on.
know.
First of all, that dude should have knew what he was getting in from Jump Street, so I blame him. Mariah Carey, of all people, talking about mental health. She should be the poster girl for mental health.
All right, guys.
So I ain't gonna even try to defend him. That sucker should have got game.
You said
She
something.
jacked it.
Yeah, he should have.
Pick somebody else like R. Kelly.
Well, we're gonna leave you guys with this one last tip, and then we gotta do part 2 because the last one is a boner doesn't always mean I'm horny. Sometimes it just pops out of nowhere.
Oh, this the last topic.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, we
last
gotta
one for
get out
today.
of
We
here.
are out of
I
time.
thought we was gonna start it off. I thought we was gonna start that off with
We can start it off.
Right, we can go back to it.
We'll recap that one on the next segment, on the part 2, because we didn't get to talk about it.
Right.
But-
So we were trying to discuss
Yes.
25 things
I'm gonna say something to that, and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
That's true in the fact that a man's makeup, just like a woman's makeup, is to leave something in her undergarments. Right?
Right.
All right.
Honestly.
See, I don't talk a whole lot like that sometimes, Stevie, but it's in me, like you said, I master certain things.
Right.
You know what I mean? My
Right.
calmness and my peacefulness.
Right.
But reciprocal effect.
Yeah.
Reciprocal
Yeah.
situation.
Never thought about it.
Listen,
Yeah.
as a woman, I'm not going to get turned on unless I'm in the mood. Like, I'm not just going to get, but maybe our bodies are different. But you guys
Well, we
more,
are biologically different.
The wind could just pass you
You-
guys.
you
Like,
ran
know
on
what I'm saying?
estrogen.
Y'all are external. Aren't
You ran on
Exactly.
estrogen.
Y'all are internal.
A
That's
man
why
is
you-
ran on testosterone.
Exactly.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Right,
All
because
guys.
I mean, in reality, we can just eat a piece of food that has, the certain chemicals, and it can just release. I mean,
Wow.
it's true. Just certain things that you eat.
I'm just trying to hear.
She's like, I want to think about what fruit
I'm
this
just
is.
trying to hear this defense in a courthouse. When a man just was in a grocery store and he got a boner, and the lady's like, "Oh my God, you're inappropriate." And he got arrested for having a random boner,
Oh,
and he's
sometimes
like,
the
"Your
wind-
Honor,
it was
just
the
it was
wind."
the wi- it was the peach I tried."
Sometimes a man can have a boner and don't even know it.
What?
Yes.
She said, what?
Yes.
That's
What
why
a
you
great-
need a woman around to
And
help
you know,
you get
it's
that
like
down.
it's like I say, that just your biological makeup is different.
Right.
Right.
I know.
And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, what happened down here?
You're
You
like,
know, it's
hello.
like,
How you doing?
there you go.
Okay, we gotta get out of here, guys. But I gotta ask y'all one last question, just because I know the viewers want to know. Why do y'all name y'all's junk? It's like y'all's little friend.
He was like, I don't see that on
You
here.
know, I don't.
That wasn't on the script. We're out of here.
Now, a girl I used to date named her stuff. I don't see the
what I'm saying.
Actually, yeah,
I don't see you said
Oh,
nothing
I
about
got the
that.
name.
I was like,
Okay,
I don't
but then
know.
what-
Hers is Kitty.
I'm just wondering.
Oh, you know what?
Is that
And I
something-
still remember the name. You know what it was?
What?
Muffin.
Muffin. Oh man.
I hope she ain't watching this show right now because she knows what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
now this is back in my 20s.
Oh,
I had
little
a
muffin
real.
here. What?
I had a really promiscuous friend. She called hers Bluebell. She said, "We eat all we can and we sell the rest." All right, guys, we gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta go.
Y'all
We're
have
already
fun.
over
Y'all
time.
hit up amberneal.com for more information.
Absolutely.
And,
Make sure y'all guys go.
We'll have part 2 coming up.
Make sure you go like, subscribe to the Boss Up Houston Network on Facebook, YouTube. If y'all guys enjoyed the content today,
Yeah.
make sure you like, comment, share, so that way your friends can enjoy the content.
Yes.
Make sure y'all guys go. Stevie Ray, where can they follow you at?
Hey, right here. Stevie Ray TV. Go to Twitch. Find that. Go to YouTube. Find that. Stevie Ray TV on Twitch and YouTube. Holla at your boy.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys at Ryan.
Yeah, I was like,
Y'all,
free
yeah,
ride.
y'all wrote 16 all day. YARBRO16, and you could put the .com behind it, and you could put the at it. Everything is Yarbro16.
All right, guys.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys on Monday.
Monday for Mary Day Monday. And don't forget to go check out amberneal.com so you can check out all of the new great events we got going on across town,
Yes.
especially coming over to the Comedy Lounge off of 1960 and Crush Comedy Lounge over in Richmond, Texas. And make sure you go check out my social media at DJ Houston 2 so you can come join me for my very own night at Comedy Lounge over off of 1960. We are doing an LGBT game night and it's going to be so much fun. Amber's going to be doing a singles and couples mixer, so make sure y'all guys check it out. Of course, and comedian / matchmaker, so make sure y'all go check her out for that comedy side of her. And we will be back Monday at 3 p.m. sharp for Mary Day Monday. Peace.
Bye.
Married is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.